Hello, here's a nice progressive mobility series you can do before every workout or daily even. Start with your feet hip width apart, soften your shoulders and give a couple rolls backwards to let them settle in, down and back away from your ears. Engage your low core and then start to look over each shoulder without turning your body. Inhale through center and exhale as you gaze out to the side. Stay for a full round of breath. With every exhale, softening your trap and your neck. And with every transition, you should be able to go a little deeper. It should not be forceful. It's really gentle just to start some movement into the neck in ways that we don't normally move in our day-to-day lives. Do about 10. I always say like 8 to 10 each direction, and then we're going to drop the ear to your shoulder. Roll down through center, exhale with ear to your shoulder. Option to deepen the stretch by crossing the opposite elbow, the opposite arm behind your back. That deepens the stretch in your trap. Move with your breath and avoid rolling over the top when you're just warming up. Just drop the chin through center. Shake it out. Moving into thoracic twists. Again, feet about hip width apart, hips square forward. You're going to inhale and sweep one arm to the back. Look back and gaze over the back fingertips. On an exhale, inhale back to center. And I'm super tight in my thoracic cavity, so you see I kind of twist my hips a little bit. The goal is to engage the low core. Here's a nice side view. One side is definitely tighter than the other. The goal is to keep the hips forward and inhale from your core up to your thoracic cavity as you look back and move with your breath. Really breathe through all these movements. The more you brace, the tighter you stay. I wasn't counting this one, but probably like 10 again here, 8 to 10, I would say. Shake it out before moving down into the legs. We're going to do hinges, hands on the hips or across your chest or even behind your head. Feet hip width apart. Inhale, soft knees, hips push back to the back wall. Exhale to stand, driving through the heels and squeezing your glutes. The option I'm showing here, I like to inhale, sweep the arms up as you hinge forward. Exhale, draw the elbows together, engaging your upper back. Again, I'll show you. Hinge, inhale, exhale, stand, squeeze the hamstrings and glutes. So exhale, inhale, stand. Inhale, exhale, inhale, stand. So you're moving as one piece with your breath. Moving down into Cossack prep here, basically side lunges for those tight folks. Sit back in the hips, in your glutes. I'm showing the progression here based on how tight you are. So the goal is to get obviously fully down to the ground as a full Cossack I'm working to, but start by side lunging to your hand to your knee, then elbow to knee, then hands on a block, then hands to the floor, and you just walk your hands back and forth, side lunge to each side, and progressively getting deeper until you're sitting on your heel. Heel is flat on the ground, and you can sit nice and tall like this. Option to add a thoracic twist. Finding some free motion. I love to add a little bit mobility in any posture you're sitting in comfortably, opening up the side body, adding some twists in there. Inviting your body to just move more freely in different postures. And then here's a full Cossack from standing, Cossack, stand in between. That's a more active movement. Next is inchworms. Again, about 8 to 10 of these. You hinge forward, soft knees, place your hands on the ground in front of your feet, walk it out with straight legs to a high plank. Walk your hands back to your feet. And you can just go back and forth from feet to high plank, Or you can blend the previous exercise, the hinges. You can do a hinge, place your hands on the ground, walk it out into high plank, which I'm going to show you here. It's a more efficient way of doing these two exercises. Keep those hips elevated. Here we go, it's a hinge. So inhale, walk it out. Press the heels into the ground, and you're going to exhale to stand. On your last one, move into World's Greatest Stretch. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Inhale as you twist. Exhale, bring that arm down and switch legs. Moving back and forth for about 6 to 10 reps on this one. Option to drop the back leg, but here you're working the thoracic twist and your hip flexor. So if that hip flexor is really tight, I suggest dropping the knee. And then another progression for the twist is here. You're going to exhale and reach your elbow to the opposite wrist or the floor. If this is tight, starting with elbow to elbow or a little higher, softening that outer leg, letting your hip release. So letting the left hip hang a little bit freely here, letting it drop out is okay. Inhale as you lift, exhale as you cross. And again, about 6 to 10 here. Moving with your breath. Inhale, exhale as you twist. Keeping your core engaged in all these movements as well. Slight pull in. Here's the progression for working a squat into Malasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you go down, exhale, press through your heels and use your glutes to stand. First, working if you have tight hip flexors, tight everything, just work to your hands here as I show you. You can press one knee out at a time, breathing easily, shifting back and forth, finding some motion here. See where you're sticky, breathe into that spot, drop down to your elbows, open up a little further. Then next you could use a block or like something to elevate your hands slightly off the floor until you can get those glutes all the way down. Another option would be to put a block underneath your hips here and press your knees out in that position. But then once you get into full Malasana, your spine is tall, your heels are flat. You can use your elbows to press your knees open, finding some free movement here like I'm doing, adding a twist like I love to do. Or you can just drop one knee in, moving into the ankles, moving into the hips, moving into the knees. And this should all not be causing pain, so very gentle and with your breath. Lastly, we're opening up the front body and your back with a full sweep. Inhale forward, and on your exhale, you place one arm down and open up over the back. This is the beginner posture, sitting on your heels. If that's tight, you can put a block between your feet and sit on the block and do the same thing. And the goal here is to work in a full circle where you transfer over the back, you transfer from your left hand over to the right hand, and then complete the full circle. I'm just warming up though here because I'm super tight. So inhale through the front, exhale over the back, look up to the ceiling and transfer to the other hand and complete the circle. And you're gonna alternate directions, do about 5 to 10 here. And if this is extra tight for you, this is very tight for me, you can do camel, modified camel, starting on your knees. I'm gonna show you in just a second. So up on your knees, hands in your back pockets, fingertips facing the floor, and pull your elbows back and together. Inhale, press your hips forward with your hands, lift your chin and your chest, arching back, and do this actively. You can come in and out of it nice and slowly as you warm up, and if you feel like it's accessible to you, you can reach your hands down into full camel, which is reaching for your ankles, opening your back. This is a nice deep opener. You may feel a lot of things come up in that posture. The goal is to get to this point where you can do a full camel sweep forward, and I'll show you my attempt. But as I said, I'm so tight, so I'm laughing because that's all I got for you. So I hope this helps.